Hey there, guys! What is going on? Sloppy here, playing some more Vanilla Minecraft. Episode 24, I believe, of this series. And when I say it like that, I'm actually very happy with the progress we've made on this city. We've got all sorts of different little farms and things. And, yeah, I want to do more of it. But anyway, welcome back. I've been tinkering with some stuff off camera. Last time... Ooh, that finally grew. I need some spruce wood. Last time, we were working on this gate. We were putting an entryway right here, which is coming out really well. I really like it. There's a couple things I think are off with it. This is what we had last time, was just this straight cobble. And I wasn't a huge fan of that. And I've been sort of tinkering with it. I think one thing we need to do is make it a little bit more 3D. It's very flat at the moment. The other thing is, it should probably have a little bit more acacia in it. We use a lot of acacia wood in the rest of the village, and even though it's next to something that's sort of spruce heavy, it's a bit weird that it doesn't have nearly as much orange as sort of the rest of it does. The other thing I want to do is flatten out this top part. I kind of want to make this top part a little bit more similar to our wall that we have over here to sort of keep that continuity of our village. So we're going to work on that real quick, but today, I'll just do that really quickly off camera. Today, I actually want to get a little bit better of an XP system. We need experience in this game for all sorts of stuff, but one of the biggest things is enchanting, and I do want to do a bit more of enchanting because I'm trying to get ready to go, fight the end and whatnot. And the other thing I really need is potions, and both of those things, lucky for us, can be accomplished with sort of the same task. You need a lot of blaze powder for our potion requirements, and wouldn't you know it, if we go just upstairs here, we got really lucky with this seed. We actually have 2 blaze spawners just chilling right here, and we can activate them both from one spot, which is fantastic. That is a fantastic thing. So we are going to try and build some sort of blaze farm, with those 2 today. I have no plans for it so far. I actually don't really know how to move blazes around. You can't use water streams. I guess you can use pistons probably. I don't know. But we are going to try and move blazes into a tunnel where we can kill them for XP and blaze rods. My voice is slowly disappearing. It's very early in the morning for me. I'm slowly becoming a heavy smoking uncle from Brooklyn or something. But yeah, we're going to work with those in just a second. I want to do a little bit of building on that one wall, but that's the plan today. Probably die a lot, but all in the name of blaze supremacy? No, what am I talking about? All in the name of killing blazes, not blaze supremacy. Okay, I'm going to go before this gets weirder. Yes, yes, yes. After 10 minutes of playing around, I'm really worried about dark spots in here. After 10 minutes of just playing around, I flattened this out. I also just added little fence posts. I kept the cobblestone fence because I thought it looked pretty good. I liked that in the area as opposed to sort of the actual walls. I thought this should be a little bit faker. It shouldn't be the full wall because it's sort of up on this ridge anyway. So I went with this, which I think looks really good. So you can see it's got the cobblestone wall still, and then it's got a full block underneath that's sort of a mix-up, and then it's got little posts next to it. And I think it looks really good. It's a lot more uniform now that it's straight. It's a little bit more shape because it's got the fence posts. I really like it. And as I'm sure you guys probably noticed, I brought it right out over top of our thing, which actually looks really good. I'm really happy with how this sort of came. What's going on here? Why are you going crazy? Why are you going crazy? This thing's... I just cleaned it out the other day, but it works weirdly well, but also kind of terribly. I don't know how to describe it. I really want the chicken to get into here, so I'm gonna... This thing works really great. It really does. It's just like a very bizarre... It's a really weird system I built. Yeah, and then that would be eggs. Anywho, if we need feathers ever, we We got plenty of feather. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Something about chickens. No, not about chickens. I brought this right over. It does need more work, but I really like the way that looks and then extends sort of into the mountain itself. I think it's looking really good. So that's cool. I'm happy we sort of got this a little bit sorted out. You know, it needs a little bit more work. I think I might bring that fence straight across. It needs a little bit more work, but we're getting there. And yeah, that's really cool. So this'll look good in a little bit. You know what's driving me absolutely bananas right now, though, is that I forgot to put a torch. Just that was. Now it's a uniform across. Yep. Yeah. This is looking good. This is looking really good. Okay, blaze time. Okie dokie. We are in the nether. I am currently slabbing up our ceiling so that nothing accidentally breaks it. We are in the nether. I'm creating a little workroom for myself because, yeah, these are our blaze spawners here. Excuse me. I was drinking coffee, so you know your throat gets all yucky ducky. I hate myself for saying that. Anyway, I don't have a blaze rod on me, so I'm going to. I really can't afford to lose any of this stuff. We're going for a blaze rod real quick. You, sir, are you joking, guy? That's unfair. You can't just pull that card. Yeah, we really need... This is one of the things I, like, really need is a sword that has sharpness on it. Like, you see how long that took? That was many hits of trying to kill him. And it's just... It's unacceptable. I think it's cobble. Yes. Brewing stand. Bang. Right. I brought some water. Bang, bang, bang. And, let's put you away before I accidentally... Yeah, I don't know what's on this. I think it might be knockback. I can't add sharpness to this sword. Excuse me. I can't add sharpness to this sword. I don't know if it's knockback or smite. It would be a great sword if it had sharpness. I think it's knockback that I have to get rid of. But I don't think I can do that. Anyway, we need... I think this is everything. Ooh. Let's not screw this up. What am I... Well, this goes in there. Ooh. Strength potion. It's... Nether wart. That's what I'm missing. Nether wart. Okay. Nether wart is what I'm missing. Well, this is taking a fun twist. I don't actually have any nether wart. So now I'm over here. Hey, there's my place. Now I'm over here. I'm exploring a little bit more of this, what do you call this? Fortress? Exploring a little bit more of this fortress because, yeah, I need nether wart. I thought for sure that I had found it. I don't know if I maybe just put it somewhere that I can no longer find, or, you know, I don't know what happened to it, I guess. Is as good as I can say. Can I hit this guy? You drop a gas tier? He dropped 2. We should go get those. Those are kind of rare. Anywho, I'm going to be exploring this for a while because, well, I really need nether wart. Turns out I had not explored this thing at all. Pretty good. Got some saddles, which are always nice. Got some diamonds, stuff like that. It's pretty... I'm going to put the saddles away. Saddles, without the ability to craft them, they're actually kind of a pain in the rump to get occasionally. Anyway, we got some good stuff there. We got our nether wart, which is nice. So, I believe... Magma cream. So, we go... I think that's the order. And then magma cream, and then... Just laid out a little thing here. We can grow some more nether warts. Yeah. Right. Takes a little bit. Forgot how slow brewing stands are. Yeah, so I believe magma cream will make it fire resistance. This will make it 8 minutes long. If I'm not mistaken. And then strength, I think we use blaze rods. I remember learning all the potions a while back. The big thing I want with these is the, if I go out, I have to sort of cover these so I can work around them. And if I have fire resistance, life is so much easier because they can shoot fireballs all they want at me and I will not die. So that would be just top notch. But yeah, we're going to surround them in dirt so that we can build without them spawning. And that would be just a fantastic, fantastic thing to do. 8-minute fire resistance. Look at that. That is beautiful. I don't have another magma cream with me. Would have been nice to, you know what, we're gonna make a bunch of fire resistance because we're probably gonna be working in this area quite a bit. Fire resistance, one of those ones, it's really nice to have, you know what I mean? Really nice to have. So anyway, I'm going to encase these in dirt. It should be really simple, really basic. And I'll meet you guys with the design that I have in my head that may or may not work. Okay, one of these is boxed in, which means that one will no longer spawn blazes, which is excellent. And I didn't make it big enough. It needs to be one wider, I guess, on this side. Okay. I thought it was, I think it's 4 out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4 out from the blaze spawner and then 2 up, 2 down. I think that's how it might be 3. Whoopsie doopsie. Anyway, super glad I made these fire resistance. I've been on fire almost this whole time. When you're building up here, you're sort of like, you know, buzzing around these guys. You're trying to fight them and also trying to like build, and they just light you up like non-stop. Just get out of here, man. All I'm trying to do is farm all of your brothers and sisters for experience. Gosh. What's your problem? Okie dokie. Felt like I was in the apocalypse briefly there, but we shouldn't be getting any new blaze spawns from these spawners. I don't know if these guys are old or they just spawned here, but we shouldn't be getting anything new, which is great. No, this is all. I gotta put a few blocks there, but it's more or less finished, which is nice. So now I'm gonna knock out a bunch of this structure. Problem is this one's like right above where our stuff is. We may need to lower all of that down, which is fine. Yeah, we're gonna so the next steps here, I'm gonna knock out a bunch of this area that we're standing on, and then we are going to build boxes around this area, so the actual cages that they'll spawn in. I'll probably put glass on certain sections of them. This is around the area that we have to stand to activate these, but we're gonna put basically big glass cages around where this is. I really need to. This was a whoopsie. Yeah, I need to get back there. Anyway, yeah, that's the next step, is putting cages around these. I'm just gonna go ahead and get it done. It should be relatively simple once these guys sort of despawn or whatever. It's really basic. I think I'm just gonna go really simple. I think I'm gonna use nether brick and just normal glass. Although, no, I don't think these guys will track you through glass. Tracking us would be really bad. We don't want them to see us. Ooh. I don't think they'll see through glass. Maybe, though. That's actually, okay, I'm not sure. But either way, cages around these, they're going to be really simple. I'm going to test glass first. If glass doesn't work, it's so easy to switch out. It doesn't really matter. Just some work to do. Alrighty, daddy. We've got a little cage. We've got a roof on top. Haven't put glass or anything in yet. But I think what I'm going to do is focus on building one of these, and then we'll copy it over if it works, you know? So, we've got this, which I may need to make one taller. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see how it works. And what we want next is like a funnel downwards, and I'm not entirely sure how to do that with Blaze. I don't really have access to sticky pistons or anything. Well, I don't really have access to slime super easily because we don't have a slime farm yet. So I don't really have, like, sticky piston ability, which is how I've normally moved blazes. So, yeah, that could be interesting. I think what I'm going to do is jump into a creative world and sort of experiment there. Yeah, I think that's probably the best bet. I like this. I think it looks pretty good. But essentially, we have to get them into at least like a 2x2 area. And what we might end up doing, just for sheer ease of access, is just having 2 kill chambers. Which would be kind of lame, but at the same time, like, I'm not hugely adverse to that. Actually, that might be kind of cool to sort of go from one to the other. But we'll try and focus on one for now. This is like directly on top. We're going to have to probably move all of our portals once we build this farm. What I want to do is get this one working today, and then we'll probably maybe do this one on stream or something. So that's sort of my plan at the moment. You can see this is like the roof of where our portals are. We'll probably just move the portals and everything downwards. I kind of wanted to redo them anyway because, well, actually, I guess we could briefly talk about this. I just did this tunnel too, sort of redid it. I think it looks really nice. I love the nether bricks. I think they look great. I kind of wanted to redo this room anyway. It was always supposed to be a bit temporary. So if we move this down out of the way of these farms, we could, you know, have that chance to redo this. We'll probably do it, you know, in a separate episode. But what I really wanted was like a 4th portal in the middle that'll connect to where our storage room hopefully will eventually be. Because right now I have to go through the mine and then run to my storage room. If there was one like right in the middle here that connects to the storage room, it'd be really handy. But yeah, this will probably all go down by like 50 blocks or so. We have quite a bit of room. We're at 66, so we could go down quite a ways. But yeah, we're working on one blaze farm. I apologize. I get sidetracked. You guys know this if you've watched any of my videos. Sometimes I get lost. Anyway, yes, this right here. I'm going to jump into a creative world, try and figure out how to more or less funnel blazes, and we'll go from there. So, turns out blaze are pretty easy to trick, which is really nice. I was doing some research because I couldn't really come up with a design that I liked a ton. So I was doing some research, and basically, blaze will just walk around. If they don't spot anybody, so if you don't have, like, if they can't see the player, they'll just walk around. So that's really great. And because it's a spawner, as soon as they're out of the spawner's radius, which is the box that we enclosed above us, as soon as they're out of that radius, they'll just keep spawning, which is really great. Which is really, really great, which means we can do this super low tech. We don't really need to rush them. This isn't going to be a crazy efficient design by any stretch, but we aren't looking for that quite yet. We have 2 of them next to each other, so, you know, this isn't a crazy efficient design, but essentially, they'll fall, they'll just drop, and they'll land on this platform and just sort of walk around until eventually they walk across this and drop down here. Yeah, let's close that in, and then we just need like a 1 wide hole. So we could basically just have them walking around, which is kind of interesting. I didn't really think this would work. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if we have this 1 wide hole in the middle, they'll just wander into that. They'll fall into this trench. There's no way for them to get back up too tall. So they'll just wander in and eventually fall into this hole, which we'll dig down a little bit. And then right at the bottom, let's put a stone brick. So they'll all just kind of end up in this 1 wide hole eventually if you give them long enough, which we can. Now I'm down here. Yeah, they'll just fall into a 1 wide hole if you give them enough time to, which is pretty interesting. Thought blaze were a little bit smarter than that, but I guess not, which I'm fine with. You know, I have no issue with their intelligence. I'm not here to smart shame. Is that a thing? Probably. Smart shame them. So, yeah, it's a really basic design. The only thing that's going to require any redstone is having a killing thing at the end, which is super, super easy. Yeah. This is really, really simple. Now I just need to fill in the sides and get the killing chamber, but yeah, they'll just wander around this until they fall into the trench, and eventually they'll fall into the hole, and that's where we can collect them and kill them. So, I guess we'll just keep going because this is really simple. Let's do some live redstone. This is a bad idea. Anyway, this is our kill chamber here. You know what? Let's use nether brick. Let's keep it a little bit in theme. Except, yeah, let's use you for the kill block itself. Behind that, we need a sticky piston. Easy peasy. Right. So, let's trigger it from, I guess, this block here. So let's, well, let's check this out. Okay, we need a button. Easy peasy. I think this circuit requires a stone button. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, live redstone. Let's see if I remember how this works. We have a wooden button. I believe we take the signal from back here and then go 6 comparators into a block with a sticky piston. I think, I'm trying to remember exactly, but I think this is actually like the perfect length to get them down to 1 shot. Yes. This looks good, and then it should slowly start to like wear out. Yes. Okay, perfect. Now we just have to fill in the rest of this. So, we can just do that, and then here. That looks really bad. We'll probably switch that out for like a stained glass eventually. I just want to get it sort of working, and then we can figure out design-wise. I did put fences here, because I thought that. I like looking out at the nether, you know? Before this gets blown up, let's do that. Anyway, I had one slime ball, which is not great. What we want though is a piston. Okay, let's just maybe black glass. I think could be nice. I do want a piston there, which if we yeah. It's super easy. Yeah, it's to stop the extra blaze from falling in so they don't get like half killed. Normally I'd want that to be a sticky piston, but we don't really have that option currently. Yes. I believe that is everything. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab some black dye. We will make this glass black. Because I think that'll look nicer. Let's just put it on the front. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Actually, we should probably make this floor out of slabs. We should make this floor out of slabs, yeah. So we're going to make this black glass, which should be a little bit nicer for this front plate. I'm going to finish filling in the thing up top. We're going to dig it out and see if this works. If this works, I'm not entirely sure it will. If this works, this is an excellent and super easy blaze farm. So this would be really great if it does. All right. We are knocking all of this out. The server is not super happy with our progress here, but yeah, this first batch probably won't settle down because they see me. You can see I reused the black glass I was mentioning briefly. You know what, we'll get that in a second. This is looking really good though. I'm really happy with it. Blaze, one are super useful, you know, blaze rods in general. Oh, this is gonna be super annoying. Blaze rods are super useful in general. You know, you can use them as fuel, and whatever. But boy, the XP from this, I think I remember reading somewhere that, jeez Louise, you know, you can't take this fire damage, but these guys will just beat you up non-stop. These guys are relentless. Anyway, yes, we are almost dug this out. Yep. This is super fun. Thanks, guys. Thank you for the warm welcome. You can see how many are already spawning, which is great. I used to have a texture pack that made this fire smaller, which was just so handy. Okay, we got a little bit of floor left. These guys are ridiculous. Okay. If I can get out of here without dying. I haven't died yet from this project, which is pretty impressive if you ask me, because I am just awful at this game. I know there's a little bit of dirt left in there, but we're gonna get it. There we go. It's all enclosed. The glass, so glass does let in a little bit of light, and light will make it a little bit tougher to spawn apparently, but I think we can sort of limit that. We'll probably build a little shelter around this area. Because, you know, we'll have to stand around here to have these both active. So we'll probably build a little shelter where, like, we can make it quite dark. We can slab it up, which will be cool. Those guys are all still lit up. And shooting at me. Can they see through the glass? Yeah, they still look really angry. It looks like they're tracking me, right? We may need to replace this glass then. I thought they couldn't track through glass. Or maybe it's the corner of these blocks, because I have fence posts in the corners. Maybe it needs to be solid. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of this last little bit of dirt. Of course, I'm one short. Do that. Yeah, these corner blocks we may need to fill in. Okay, that's not a huge deal. It was more of an aesthetic choice anyway. There we go. So that's active now. You can see the flames. Let's go underneath. Make sure everything's working down here. I assume it's active when I'm down here. They're still all wired up, though. Okay, yeah, we may need to, like, run away before we can test this. Down there. You know, this is not a bad design. You could see a lot of blaze. Not a lot of falling down the hole, which is funny. Yeah. I have a few ideas of how we can improve this. One, we gotta get rid of the glass. They're tracking me through it. I didn't think they'd be able to, but you can see, like, they can clearly. And it's not just ones that have been in there, it's old ones, like new ones too. I've seen spawn and instantly kind of look at me. So we're gonna get rid of the glass, which is a little bit unfortunate. I was hoping to keep that, but it's not a big deal to close this in. The other thing that might make this better is if we replace that floor in the middle part with ice, because they'll move a little bit faster. When they bump each other, they'll sort of slide. So I think if we replace that with, like, packed ice, that could be really great. So they're moving a little bit faster. The other thing, we can definitely make this more efficient in the future by using pistons on the side. We could replace that whole bottom floor with ice, really. And then they'll move around a lot quicker. We can use pistons once we figure out slimes. To sort of push each other, I think. Yeah, okay, he tracked me. He just spawned and tracked me. But we can use pistons eventually to push them across. The other thing we can do is make that opening 3 wide. I think it would be pretty easy to adapt the opening. I think it would be pretty easy to adapt the opening to be 3 wide, and then we just need 3 pistons at the back. Again, that's something we need like a sticky piston setup to do, but that wouldn't be overly difficult. Let's see if this works. That wouldn't be overly difficult, which is cool. The other thing we probably need to do in the future is some sort of overflow protection, because I think the video I was watching... Oh, no. The video I was watching, I think, was on an older version of Minecraft, where they hadn't had the they hadn't added, what do you call that? The mob the stack limit or whatever it's called. Now you can only have so many entity cramming, I think it's called. You can only have so many mobs in a single block before they start hurting each other. So yeah, you can see this is more or less working. There are stuff coming down. There's just a few tweaks to get them moving faster that I think we can make in the future. I am going to replace, that's where they're landing right now. I am going to replace that with packed ice, see if that speeds them up a little bit. Yeah, those ones died instantly. I think there was already entity cramming or something up there. Interesting. Anywho, a few tweaks, but otherwise, a pretty successful farm. So far, I guess. It's working, which is cool. It's just slow. But for not having pretty much really any of the materials we needed, we really needed a lot of slime, and we do not have that. For not having any of that, it's working pretty well. So anyway, I'm going to go grab some ice. I'm going to go grab some ice. We actually might be able to... if we make that ice down there, look at all these guys. If we make that ice down there, we could probably just have a normal piston occasionally just push in from the sides. That would send them towards the middle. Let's try that as well. So I'm going to need 2 pistons and some ice. And we'll see if we can't improve this farm a little bit. I just saw how long this video is getting. We are going to save some of the improvements for next time. We have a working blaze farm for now, which is awesome. I need to get going. It's not really the time of the video. It's more the time of day that it is already. This actually took a bit of time to set up, and I think it'll actually be really easy to replicate. I am going to try in the next video some of the tweaks to this system that I mentioned. We're going to try adding some ice and some pistons. And eventually we will build this one, which will be pretty cool. And then we can start designing, you know, this whole area around these 2 spawners. I'm really happy with this, though. The design of it, you know, is whatever. It's pretty blasé. I think we should make it 1 taller. For some reason, I think it works better if there's 2 spots above the spawner. If you know about that, let me know in those comments down below. But next time, we're going to try and increase the efficiency of it and some of the other stuff. Because right now, I think the biggest issue is that we have a lot of them sort of stuck there. Because it'll just keep spawning them, right? Because it detects everything above this line. And if there's no blazes in there, it'll spawn them. They drop down. That's out of range now. So now it's detecting only the ones above it. Yeah, they can definitely track through the glass. The downside of this system is definitely the collection point. So we can work on that pretty easily. And, yeah, we'll do all that next time. So let me know what you think in those comments down below. If you have any sort of easy ideas for this or anything, let me know. Subscribe for more, all that jazz. I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao!